It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers off her. What a fucking chance. Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter. Right, people, before we begin, I just want to get a wee shout out to our special sponsor, MK Meal Prep. If you're looking for nutritionally balanced prep meals, fake away specials, and all-round bangingness, then MK is where you want to be going. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is covered. For the breakfast, it's £3 each. You get vanilla protein porridge, you get Biscoff protein Weetabix, and fruity protein Weetabix. For your lunch, you can get a salad, you can get baked potatoes, some chunky chicken tikka, some chicken and bacon. For soups, you get lentil soup and chicken noodle. £2.50 per soup, £3.50 per salad or baked potato. And your main meals, you can get these in mix and match. This is what I've been getting, right? To die for. To die for. Absolutely out of this world. And I'm not just saying that. I love my food, and I know my food. If something doesn't taste right, then I'll say it doesn't taste right. And this is bang on the money. You get red Chinese chicken curry, obviously quite spicy, that's why you've got a wee pepper. Woohoo! Mac and cheese with crispy bacon, pizza wraps with salad, honey sausages and crispy potatoes and kale, Nando's chicken, mashed and macho peas. My favourites are the fakeaways. You get a chicken curry and you get like a kebab kind of thing. You can see the fact of being able to actually eat kebab or a curry and not have that guilt of grease. You don't feel as if there's something growing inside you. You can eat it and still go about your day. You're still sharp, still get your alertiveness. It doesn't kill you. It's honestly, it's win, 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 win. And it tastes amazing. And for the price, you get these main meals. You get 5 of them. They're in wee Tupperware tubs. You get 5 of them for £20. That's a meal a day. That's your Monday to Friday. That's your work meal sorted for 20 quid. And it's good for you. There is no downside to this. Plus as well, they also do some wellness shots and snacks. You get a morning wellness shot. You get a nightcap CBD shot. This has got CBD oil in it. Or you get a fruit bowl with white chocolate sauce. They're £3 each. So you've honestly got everything on this menu. This isn't just dinner. You've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you've got snacks, and you've got a few accessories. The prices are cheap and the quality is superb. MK_meal prep. You can only get them on Instagram. So just type in at MK_meal prep. You'll be able to copy and paste it from the video bio. Enjoy the podcast, people. Welcome back. Ding, 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 ding. Have yous been alright? I've not been alright. I've been fucking rough as fuck. In the midst of recording this, I don't know what I'm going to call this podcast, but FiVO versus the COMEDOWN 3 is ripping the arse in it. Because it's surely, shut the fuck up, surely it's going to get to a point where you're just like, mate, just stay off it. And that's what I say to myself every time. But rather than deal with the fucking so many hours, say 12 hours or whatever you're on it for, on a gear and that, the first line is probably your best, and the rest you're just chasing it. You're drinking. If you're just drinking, it's sound. See, if you're just drinking, mate, it's fucking fine. You have what a night you have. I need to sort this microphone, 2 seconds. It's a brand new mic, right out the wrapper, new cable and all that. Will it make a difference? Probably no. But fuck it, I just like spending my hard-earned money. If I spend it on shit for the podcast, then I get that extra wee bit of But the real reason why I got a new mic, and the real reason why it's took... When was the last podcast released? Fucking nearly 2 weeks or something? Now, that's long. Like, in the grand scheme of things, that is the longest, apart from the time I was in the jail, that I went through uploading a podcast. Correct me if I'm wrong, but technology, man, it fucks you every time. See, this is like, right, here's a bit of word to advice. If you're about to do a podcast, fucking go for it. But be prepared. Be prepared for everything that can go wrong, will go wrong. And see, when you get to a point where you figured out, right, I've learned from my mistakes, this is a formula, I'll execute the formula, and it should be fine. See that thing? You need to get that thing to fuck. Because once you figure out how to set up your podcast, how to record, how to do all that, once you figure that out, be prepared for the next problem that comes. And once you figure that problem out, be prepared for the next problem. And so on and so forth. Because that's what it is. It's a catalogue of problems. And it helps build resilience. But you need to be committed, man. It is. You're fucking ready for tearing your hair out at times. Like, this past week, I'm like, fuck this. I had 2 podcasts recorded, right? I had one that was 3 hours long. 3 fucking hours. We done. And then I went to go and edit it the other day after, obviously, because it happened before Bams to the Slaughter. So I was like, right, I'll get Bams to the Slaughter out of the road. Get all that sorted, then I'll edit it. So I sat down to go and edit it, and for fucking some weird, inexplainable reason, there was only an hour's worth of audio recorded. Why? I don't know. It's the first it's happened. So that I didn't get scrapped, but that's a belter of a guest, and hopefully we'll be getting him again in the next few weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll show you the culprit to this next one. Just as well as getting a new mic, I get new glasses, do you notice? When I was looking in that bag there, man, I was fucking blinded. It was like a glare. It's like wearing a fucking pair of magnifying glasses on your fucking face. But this was the culprit. When we go, see if you look back at any of the old premeditated patterns, if you're a casual or a newbie, and obviously if you get the old school here, that's been here for the start. I'm going to fix this mic. This mic's doing my fucking nothing. I like it pointing at my fucking mouth. See, like I'm about to get a cream pie or some shit like that. I don't like it when it's all slanting like that. What the fuck, mate? So, when we go the studio and the bar, so if you look back at the shiter looking premeditated parts, you'll see the layout's totally different. That was obviously when we started it. That was a studio we had in the Barras. That was called the Space. It was just a thing for Bill's Tool Store. It was a big mad old fucking Addams Family looking fucking building, this thing, man. We got it. And you'll see for the very first few premeditated parts, we're in a room and we've got a shaggy looking cutlet. It's like, did you ever do drama when you were in fucking secondary school? And you'd walk into the class and it was all this mad antique fucking, like fucking curtains and mad old looking shit. It was like a set for like a 1960s porno. That's what this studio looked like, except it was full of mad instruments and heavy stoters, heavy hipsters, man. But I'm just testing this. I'm testing it. Right, this is a new cable, right? So see, when I'm hanging, whenever I've used another one, it's see if I've done this. I go. I can't hear that the now because I've turned the speakers down. I don't want feedback, so it'll just fuck with your minds. But so I'm just testing that out. But so we're in this space, we're sharing this room with these hipster cunts. We get packed out the studio, fucking for breaching COVID guidelines. Not the first time. And we end up down the stair. Long story short, there's this guy at work there, the maintenance guy called Gav. Very nice guy. I'm positive he was a serial killer or something, man, because he was just too nice. And he was there, he sell one of you guys. It would just like you'd be fucking doing a piss and walk out and just be standing in there. I mean, with a ukulele up his arse. But we needed mics, and he was like that, right? He pulled out a fucking shoebox of mics. And see, I'm not the most tech savvy guy in the world, but if you're getting a microphone out of a shoebox, then more than likely it's not going to be the greatest of quality. But we were grateful for his generosity and the fact we didn't have a fucking good mic. We did not. If you watch back to the first few ones, you'll fucking see exactly what I'm talking about. See, this is primo, this shit. If you go back to the first few ones, it would be like if you ordered premeditated part of Wish. So, Gav does this mic. Then, obviously, I get the jail, so we had to gear up the studio. And Gav never get his mic back. That's what I'm trying to say. So we moved it into here. And the minute I got to jail, I bought 2 of these mics. Brand new. So they were the mics we were using. No had a problem with the sound. Until I decided to get a bit ballsy. And start doing fucking 3-man podcasts. What are you playing at, mate? Premeditated part with 3 people, 3 mics. You're off your fucking nut. That's what you would have thought. But it's good. I'm going to start getting a few more people. It's good me talking, having me and a guest. But see, if you get a couple of cunts, man, you get some fucking buzz. Pardon me, had a fry up there, Lauren. So, I only had 2 of these good mics. And I had this shite mic. Didn't realise how shite it was until I actually fucking used it. Fuck's sake, man. It was like a fucking buzzing it, man. But, so I'm like that, right? I've got a loud booming voice. It'd be very hard. A lot of things can pick up my voice. You don't need the most expensive fucking technical equipment to pick up me talking, because I've got a fucking boombox in my throat. And I'm proud of that. I feel very gifted for being given it off. That's fucking bogging. No, it's not bogging, it's this. I feel very gifted. I used to hate my voice. I used to get the piss ripped out of my voice. People would always impersonate my voice, right? Like go on the phone to birds and kid on them on me. And every time they believed it. It's like people doing an impression of my voice. I know who actually done an impression of my voice? The most famous person. Noel Gallagher. Noel Gallagher impersonated my voice. True story. I was at T in the Park and it was Strathallan. So obviously Bellado, the last year at Bellado was the year before, 2014. This was 2015 at Bellado. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds were headlining. At that point in time, I was a fucking insane Oasis fan. Like fucking ask any cunt. Like I was a kind of kicking about with a Mac and all that, pair of shell toes, pair of jeans, a pure cheeky bastard. Sitting get full of gear with fucking Oasis compilations. Like I would do like 3-day benders with just Oasis playing. Like I'd get to a point cunts were like, mate, please stop it. And like couldn't see if somebody said Oasis was shite, I'd be like, what? It was like they were bad mouthing my fucking maw or something. Like, what? What'd you say? Give me here. What'd you say now? It was fucking insane. So I went to obviously T in the Park that year. And naturally I went to see Noel G, obviously. I think he was playing the Sunday. I think that was one of my first outings. I was actually on the telly as well. Fucking magnet. But so anyway, it was during the set, it was ready to play If I Had a Gun. And he was like, I'm going to dedicate this one to my wife. And his wife was standing off stage and I shouted, I fucking love you, Sarah! His bird's name's Sarah. And then he went and shouted back, he's like, I love it too. And then he's like, I turned to the stage, he's like, did you hear that? I love you, Sarah. Did quite a good impression of it. And I was like, obviously I was pure fucking jizzing in my pants. And it wasn't the Eckies for a change. But aye. Anyway, so this mic, we've ended up doing a podcast, 3-man podcast. Brilliant podcast. Both of the podcasts we done were fucking excellent, shit hot. I was really happy with it. So I went to do the 3-hour one. I would love to tell you who it is, but I like to just be sneaky that way. He's quite famous. He's very, very talented. And he's got a lot to say. Aye, the bold Joseph. There's a clue for you. But I'll not tell any more. You see me comes on. Anyway, that was out the fucking window anyway, so you'd have been as well not even fucking coming. But, anyway, that just means the next one will be bigger and better. But I also done another one with two very, very talented comedians. One long established in the circuit, and the other one, he's pretty much up and coming, but he'll be up and coming for not much longer, because he'll be upped in game soon. I don't know what I was trying to say there. He's dynamite. They're dynamite. Anyway, that was the 3-man podcast. We've done both of them 3-man, but with this one, I've used this mic, and the gentleman that I'm at, I've given my two fellow guests one of these a piece. And when I listened back, it sounded like, have you ever been in like a pub or a social function, right? And you're standing at a urinal doing a pish, and there's the wee cubicles like behind you, like where you can go and do a shite, but they mainly get used to sniff gear. So have you ever been standing doing a pish, and you can hear like 3 cunts in the cubicle behind you, or maybe a few down, and they're all talking to each other whilst they're taking a line, and you can kind of hear them, but it's pure echo and all that. That's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded fucking awful. It sounded as if they two had came up to my gaff and fucking put me in the boiler cupboard whilst they sat out here and we had a conversation. It was fucking shocking. It was pish. I contemplated putting it out, but we're just going to do it again. Because we've came a long way for the way the podcast used to sound. And see, you know yourself, see if a podcast sounds shite, it's hard to listen to. You. I fucking had the conversation and it was hard to listen to. I fucking can't remember what we talked about, because I'd listen back to the podcast after whilst I'm editing it. I just turned that on 2 seconds. I was like, fuck that. No. You know what I mean? And I'm the guy that fucking runs the podcast. So, how you gonna feel? So fuck that. So that's my explanation why fucking there's been a wee brief hiatus. Partly today we are coming to a COMEDOWN. Faye Bams to the slaughter. So who came, eh? If you didn't come, fuck off. No, I'm kidding on. If you didn't come, you didn't miss out, because we're going to do another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. But it was a great night. Mikey Motion, Matt Black, Billy Kirkwood, the wee man, Ravy Davey, and Jamesy Gardner, and last but not least, my fucking self. And obviously, all the people that helped, Ravy's Mrs. Georgia, doing the tickets, and I would love to go into everybody individually, but there was so many people that helped make it what it was. We wouldn't have done it without all you. So for the bottom of my heart, I am eternally grateful. But it was a great night. Right up until the night before, I was thinking to myself, right, you know yourself. See when you've got something going on, like something like an event, I don't know, say if you DJ, if you're a fucking singer, if you're a boxer, if you get any kind of passion, or anything just upcoming, you're like, right, an event, and like there's a bit of pressure on you kind of thing. Always see the ones that are going to be great, that do well. Like, the run up to them are usually a fucking disaster. And the run up, like the preparation's usually a disaster. It's like God sending you these challenges so you can overcome them, and it makes victory all the sweeter. So in the run up to Bams to the Slaughter, there wasn't many challenges. So it had me suspicious. Because I believe that the best day you ever had was followed by the worst day you ever had. And vice versa. So when it got to like the day before Bams to the Slaughter, I was doubtful. Purely because nothing had went wrong. Everything had been kind of right. There was maybe a couple of wee hiccups here and there, but nothing like fucking astronomical. It would have made you break a sweat. Nah, it was sound. And I was like, this has been too easy. Then, lo and behold, 10 o'clock, Thursday night, 27th of January 2022, the fucking night before, I found out that the Fairfield Club in Govan, which was hosting us, didn't have a sound system. It had speakers, but it didn't really have anything you could plug so many mics into. So what they had was one wireless mic. So I'm not the best at explaining this because I don't really understand all the technical side of this. This is quite a technical podcast, isn't it? I often talk about fucking equipment, man. Should get me on fucking PR for guitar. Sponsor the podcast. But see, I know you've got the money, man, because you charge a fucking fortune for guitar strings. Robbing bastards. But aye. So, basically, see if you go into most venues, you'll have a thing called a PA system. And it's like a big square box. And you'll see hundreds of wee dials, you know, you can twist them, you can move them up and down, you can plug shit in there. If I was to pull one out, you'd have a basic idea of what I'm talking about. Just about every venue will have one, its own one, apart from the odd smaller venue and that kind of stuff. And in those instances, a band or whoever's playing it might need to bring their own PA system, which would incur their cost. So in the Fairfield, they had like speakers all around the place all set up. But they'd it connected to one microphone. One wireless mic that plugged into the back of one of the speakers through like a transmitter thing. So I already knew that the Fairfield had one mic. But I thought it was just a case of, we've just got one mic, you need to bring a mic. I didn't realise they didn't have fuck all for you to plug any more mics into. So it's alright if you're maybe doing like a stand-up show where you've got a compare that's fucking sitting, like, he'll bring his axe on past the mic and then he's all used the one mic. That's alright for that. But obviously, as he's been, I would hope he's fucking know, but no, seeing as all we've done is like till we're blue in the face, explain that it's a panel show with 7 people. 7 stars. But, so aye, with 7 people, you can't really, and if you're about to slaughter each other, it's not, imagine you're slaughtering somebody, then you need to give them a mic so they can slaughter you back. And plus, we were all lined up, so imagine if I was slaughtering somebody, I'd need to fling him the mic, he'd need to catch it. It would be impressive if we pulled it off, but it would be challenging. And for an improvisation show, the first of its kind that we've done, and one of the first that I know it's getting done about here, it was already challenging enough. So the night before, right, this news get fucking relayed to me. And another person I'll shout out, Craig McConnell. It's fucking Craig McConnell. It's Craig McClellan. Fuck, sorry, mate. And Big Shug. Fucking Shug, I wish I knew your second name. I do know your second name, but I don't know. I think it's Shug McKenzie. Big Shug and Craig. I should have just done that. Shug and Craig, the DJs. Best DJs in fucking Scotland. Best DJs. Only heard their tunes once, but dynamite. Purely for the fact, I phoned him the night before, and honest to God, it was like, that was the other thing about it as well. See, everybody that was involved in Bands to the Slaughter, everybody gave it their all. Like, even, not just during the show, during the performance, fucking people were committed. Like, and I talked about Craig and Shug. They were coming up with ideas, how to do wee like sound bites in between the games and that. But I was talking to him about the mic situation, and we were trying to figure out, it was like trying to see stars in their eyes. Imagine watching stars in their eyes, right? Except you're blind. And then see when the star goes behind the fucking curtain or whatever, then they go to come back out. And it says, he's fucking, I don't know, fucking Gary Glitter tonight. Hey. So imagine the sound cut off with that and you just had to guess. That was kind of what it was like with this Fairfield. It's basically, you don't know where the hole is to put your dick. That's what I was trying to say. So like, right, could we use this type of microphone? We were Googling it and that. Like, well, we don't know. We don't know what they've got. And the Fairfield is a working man's club, and that's a polite way of saying it's full of fucking old cunts. And they're not the most tech savvy either. So, to be honest, the fault, I would say probably lies with us. It fucking does lie with us, fuck's sake. That we didn't do our homework, but you assume that, like, if people are letting you put on a show. We're on the same page. A show's getting put on. You would think somebody would have fucking mentioned it. But anyway, that's not important. The next day I was running about like a blue arse fly. Trying to sort mics. I managed to go about and I was getting quoted, cut £100 and that here and there. And you're like, fucking hell, just to hire a cut of mics out. And so it was no issue getting the mics. But we were still stuck with that problem. But what do we plug into? I don't know what this fucking sound system's like in here. They got a PA system. Fuck knows. So I had to go investigate. And the investigation fucking drew a blank. We were all standing looking at each other, scratching our heads. And this is like a day of the show. This is like fucking 2 o'clock. Show starts at like 7. So like, what the fuck do we do? So to the rescue. Super Paul. I wish I knew his second name, I know. He's a podcast producer. Fucking kind of guy I need. And he turned up to film it. As we were getting the show filmed because we were just fucking on the ball like that. And he turned up, and obviously we were getting through all the issues and that, and he's like, that right. I wonder what that sound was. It was my fucking wash machine, man. It sounds like it's about to fucking take off. So, so Paul, he came in, he's like, that right, and we've started fault finding. He's eventually got it working, set up, so we've had 4 microphones. 4's better than 1. So we managed to save the day. Then, we've cracked on, man. Played an absolute blinder, and it was amazing. Every cunt pulled it out the bag. It was a great show. If you were there, I salute you. But I end up wild, end up great, and I was going to tell you who won. Do you want to know who won? You'll need to go and buy it. Well, we did get it filmed, so there was talk of putting it on a DVD. But no many cunts have got DVD players, so I'm thinking maybe a Patreon. So that should be in the next few weeks, so just keep your eyes peeled, because if you've missed it, we've got it all recorded. Paul, he's just editing that now. And it'll be released to you. But we'll be definitely doing it again. But maybe not the Fairfield. I think we're barred for the Fairfield. You end up a bit too rowdy. Basically, a wee guy get carted out fucking by paramedics because he ended up too steaming. So they shut the fucking bar at like 11 o'clock, which was a bastard because I just came back after getting washed because I had to get a wash. And fuck, what's I going to say there? We get papped out, then fucking I ended up back here with a cut of cunts at my house, on it to the LLs. But it was a good night, it was amazing. And but I don't think we'll be getting asked back to the Fairfield. I think we left too much of a mess. I think we were too strong a personality for there. So no more comedy nights, they say. Maybe comedy nights, but we like kind of screwed on fucking comedians that aren't preparing to fucking risk life and limb to get a show going. Or shite bags, I would say. It was a fucking fantastic show. It was amazing. So I've actually started a job, man. I'm working, and I would tell you where I'm working, but I'm para in case there's grassies watching this. Let's just say I'm a frontline worker. But I'm working 4 on, 4 off. First I've ever worked that rotation. It's fucking fantastic, man. I've only worked a couple of days because I started on the Thursday and Bam said slot was the Friday, so I says to him, listen, I've got a show. So Friday, Saturday I'll need off. I had no problem. So I worked Thursday and Sunday. I should have been working Friday, Saturdays, but I get it off. So I only worked 2 days at my 4. Then I was off 4 days. So I fucking needed that badly. Because it was one of the ones. I didn't leave the fucking house. I did the odd time, but I wasn't going out for my usual walks to clear the heat. But see, this is the first I've ever done 4 on, 4 off, right? And see, when you wake up on the Monday, and all you're seeing is cunts like that you were on it at the weekend. I fucking forgot how bad Mondays were. No, fucking up at like 7 in the morning, freezing cold, it's still dark outside. Need to go defrost some water. Oh, I'm in my bed chilling. It was fucking bliss. Cunts Monday clubbing it, Tuesday clubbing it, patching works are rough. I'm like, I have no guilt. And it's brilliant. The job I'm doing or not, it's a fucking canter. It's the most I've ever been paid for the least I've ever done. And it's no like, it's laziness. It's like part of the job is like you will be sitting about a lot of time. So it's not one of the jobs you work and the odd time you're sitting about. This is a type of job you're sitting about and the odd time you work. So that's right up my street. Because I had to chuck my college, man. It was a good course in that. I really enjoyed it. I loved being in a room full of fucking 18-year-olds. I just loved the immaturity of it. But, that was a joke, by the way. Fuck's sake. Case fucking, with the glasses and all that. Oh, my glasses! I get new specs. I didn't like my old one. I need to wear glasses. I'm blind as a fucking bat. See if you ever walk by me in the street and you say, if you see me looking at you or something, I don't really make out who somebody is till they're like that distance away from me. Where my horn is, I'm growling at cunts till they get to that point, something like that. I just try to figure out. And see for a distance, every cunt looks like somebody I know. It's not until they get up close, I'm like, fuck, that's no whoever I thought it was. But I had glasses and I just didn't like them. I just did not like them. It was just something about them. It just wasn't for me. So I had a checkup due. The opticians kept messing me about it, so I was like, ah, fuck it. So I went and get checked up. And they're like, right, pick a pair of lenses. And then I went and I was like, right, I want something a bit different. So I went and picked these bad boys. And I got the lenses for nothing. And I got these for a score, so I can't complain. I was wanting about thinking that was pure fucking the bollocks. Till I walked into Greg's and seen the lassie behind the counter had a pair. And then some cunt messaged me like, oh my god, my sister's got them. Like, what the fuck, what? Kidding us on? Fucking take them back. I'll go back to being a blind bastard. Fuck's sake, thought I was setting trends. But I've actually been kicking about in these, and these are the only glasses I've looked at myself in the mirror with. Like, see when I'm out and about, I'm always checking myself in the mirror. I'm a fucking poser. Do you blame me? If you looked like me, would you know that? You would. You would. Fuck's sake, you're looking at me now. What's that say? Fucking weirdos. Nah, kid, no, keep looking. Keep looking. Just keep, you keep looking. Earlier fucking should have you. But aye, these are the only glasses I walk by and look at myself. I like the glasses. Like I feel as if these glasses accentuate my good looks. So I compliment yourself. So I got these glasses. And why the fuck was I talking about these glasses? Because what was I talking about before that? My job. So I've been kicking about my glasses on my new job. Because usually let's see when I start a job, I'm like, right. I feel as if I look like an ugly bastard in my last pair of glasses. So when I start a job, I want to kind of establish myself as like that kind of alpha male. He's got all, he's big, he's funny, he's fucking good looking. So I don't want to start a job with my glasses on because like, I'll just stay that ugly specky bastard. So I'd give it like a week so they get used to me without the glasses. Then I wouldn't be a specky cunt. I would just be a cunt that sometimes wears glasses. You can tell I've been meant to wear glasses for a long time. I got glasses when I was in primary school, and honestly, it wasn't a few years ago I actually started wearing glasses out the door, like walking about outside. I wouldn't leave the house with glasses on. Never. I was like, nope. So I know it's just find comfortable in your own skin or spectacle. You're making an absolute spectacle of yourself. But I'm a job man, so I went to college. It was brilliant and that, and fucking, it was a good course. Not mean music. You were in learning about music every day. But see, the thing is, my creativity was suffering. My productivity was suffering. Because see, like when I would do jobs at scaffolding or any job you fucking hate, I would spend a lot of my day to try and get myself away from fucking, I'm at work and fucking shit. You distract yourself, wouldn't you? So I would distract myself with like thinking of ideas or thinking of shit, oh I could do this and that, or what, or maybe I've got a song, I'll think of lyrics. I would distract myself with like what I'm doing, my passions and that. So that was the benefit of working. So see when you're at college, you can't really do that. Because when you're at college, you need to listen. You need to be focused, you need to be paying attention, you need to be taking notes. There's no much room for you to kind of daydream. If you daydream, you're just going to fall behind. And plus as well, obviously you do a lot of work in the college, but college expects you to do a lot of work outside as well. So in your own time. And this was just an NC, you know. So I was just at the fucking start. I was at the easy bit. And even then I was like, wait a fucking minute, man. I'm fucking homework. Nearly 30. So, roofing like fuck. So and plus as well, I was during when we were going back after Christmas, we were all getting put in like a band and all that shit. Like these groups, like 3 groups of this band, we need to learn these songs and do that shit. So there's a lot of rehearsal time involved and stuff like that. And obviously you're getting graded on this. So if you're with other people and you're not putting in the 100%, they're going to be affected as well. And I'm like, I'm doing podcast, I'm doing it every. Even if I get spare time, it gets focused on like my podcast or something to help me grow. Recently, I've been kind of allowing myself a bit more me time, just chilling that. So I'm the kind of cunt I can go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, bump, and then get to a point my head's fried with this. So you need to give yourself a break at times. So I've been doing that, I've been respecting that. And maybe been fucking respecting it too much, just try to find a balance. But even at that, see if I'm no... even if I take a break, I feel guilty. I'm like, nah, I should be doing something. So, I will use my spare time to focus on podcasts, getting guests, I'll focus on writing tunes, stuff like that. So if you're adding in college work and rehearsals and whatever the fuck else, it's alright if you're just out of school or you've got nothing else going on in your life in terms of like, it's taking up your time, it's time consuming. Aye, maybe, but see when you're doing this, I was spreading myself too thin. There was too much. And plus as well, the only reason I applied today, I applied for music and I applied for acting, I got accepted for both. Ooh. The fact there was a fucking global pandemic might have played a part, but nah, I would just say it's more my fucking unlimited talent. But, aye. So, I was scaffolding for 2 years. Fucking hated it. I've been on the sites for about 7 odd years. Since I got out of the jail, when I got upholdment, it was just shite. Pish. So I was like, I need something different, man. And I like the idea of sitting in a classroom when the rain's belting off the windows and the heating's on, enduring dry, clean clays. Because not yourself, you're on a site, they days don't exist. Unless you work in a fucking office. And even if you do work in the office, you're fucking still out in the site getting fucking wet. So you just get wet a lot less wet. Wetless. Fuck's that saying? Nah. So the reason I applied for music, I was like, acting, I was like, I want to be getting up every day and doing something I actually enjoy. I mean, what kind of feeling would that be? To get up in the morning, to go and do something you actually liked, and get paid for it, and get something for it. I don't know about you, but I know for a fact a lot of people have never had that feeling. They've never. Majority of people working class don't get up in the morning to go and do something they want to do. They get up to something they need to do. Fair dues, if they're doing it as a means to an end. But I'm sure a lot of people's in the same position as myself. And I count myself lucky. At the time I was staying with my dad. I'm young. I'm handsome. I'm fucking charismatic. I'm a fucking sex machine, amongst other things. But also, I've not got any wains. I've no responsibilities. I fuck all. So I didn't. If this any time was the time to be like taking a chance like that was the time. This was the time. So I was like, fuck it, life's too short. So I end up in the jail anyway, so that kind of didn't go to plan, but luckily the college, they kept my place for us. I managed to contact them, obviously I get the tag. And I went back, as soon as I fucking got it, it was like a week later, I went back to college, and at college, and it was great, and it was good. It was a weird dynamic, fucking, 1 minute you're in the jail with cunts smoking spice and full of fucking Subutex and fuck knows what, and the next minute you're in with these fucking school leavers. Talk about diminished chords, somehow, it took a bit of time. But it was good, it was a good experience, but I missed out on the full college experience, because seeing you at college, I went to college when I was like 20, but see before I started, it was weird. It was weird. College happened right before I went into the sight game, and then college happened right after I left it. Because I got into jail March 2013, and obviously I was just boozing all the time and all that shit. And long story short, I ended up getting stabbed in the napper, and I just kind of like, right, I need to kind of get my shit together. And I ended up applying for college, and it was a construction course, a fucking introduction to construction or some pish. And it was one of the courses, it was kind of like community service. I've never done community service. I've had community service. I've never done a day yet. I've been breached for it, but it's the type of people, it's like kind of people, see when you go to agency jobs, like if you're like on a building site, but you're all agency workers, and it's like one of the jobs saying you need to carry like fucking 10 pallets of gyprock up 20 flights of stairs, so they just need BAMs. See the kind of cunts, you're in that like a 10-man labouring squad that are there for like 2 days. Cunts turning up with half bottles and all that, cunts with warrants out, cunts leaving at lunch to go to court and all that shit. Cunts fucking punting and all that. It's fucking... That kind of cunts walking off, they were the kind of cunts. The kind of cunts that you're like, mate, you're lucky to even have an agency job. Like, you're unemployable. They kind of cunts. And I'm no slagging them. I fucking love working with the cunts, because what a laugh you get. So when I started this like construction course back August 2013, that's the kind of cunts I was with. But it was one of the mad courses. We were doing like joint, like woodwork and all that. I fucking hate woodwork. Since secondary school, Mr. DeCecco, this big Italian guy with a pure squeaky voice, it was the fucking weirdest thing ever. I remember a boy was hammering like a chisel into the worktop, just fucking see that way, you're just doing what you don't even realise you're doing. His comment was like, yeah, vandalism! That's how he used to talk. This guy, this grown man. He was a grown man. So I hated woodwork, so we were doing that, and I'm like, I can't do woodwork worth a fuck. I measure shit. I literally measure it like 4 times, bang, this is bang on. Cut it, and I'm like, right, it's just a wee bit over, just need to give a wee slight wee bump then, but it's for, it's fucked, and I thought it looks like some cunt's fucking gammy balls. What the fuck happened to this? So I don't get the patience for that. Then it was like a cut a week, and I was like, I need dough. And back then you were getting like fucking 40 quid a week or something. The last time me and my dad, we don't really have we don't really get a bad relationship, we just don't talk. Or we didn't talk. I stayed with my dad for like 7 years, and we probably had less than 10 conversations that full time. We wouldn't speak. That was it. It wasn't like it fell out, we just didn't speak. I tell people that, and they're always pure like, what the fuck, that is pure bizarre. And see, to be honest, when I actually think about people being in a house with some cunt, actually sitting with somebody night after night and sitting talking away to them, to me, I'm like, that's fucking mad. See, I stayed with my mum and that kind of thing, but I used to just sit in my room. I think it weird. I don't know, I think I've spent a lot of time in my own company. Even in the jail now, I spent a lot of time, like, in my full time that I've done in jail, I've probably done about 6 months of that, been dubbed up with somebody. The rest, in my cell. So pretty much about 4.5 years in just a single cell. And I liked it that way. I prefer being in my cell. Pardon the pun. But I see the thought I just like sitting in a living room with some kind of sharing a house with like watching shit. I think that's mental. I just couldn't. I've stayed with cunts, been in cunts gaff, but actually actively having some cunt in your house. Aye. Don't know if it'd be a good thing or a bad thing for me, because I think if I be like, fucking prick, he watched a lot of shit. Fucking farts are stinking and all. But I think that's how me and my dad fucking didn't really talk, because he'd stayed himself for like 20 odd years. Apart from the occasional fucking dragon he probably had in. But, and he was a slayer. But I have obviously turned up in the scene fucking fresh out of jail, bigger than him, bigger Bobby than him. Fucking, and aye, he's just probably like, fuck this cunt. And I've just ended up staying. And then I've ended up descending into my mad ones and all that shit, and he's like, fuck this. Because my dad doesn't drink or take drugs or do nothing. He's a scaffolder, he gets up at 5 o'clock every morning. He's in the gym for 5 o'clock every morning, he gets up at 4. In the gym for 5, and he goes and does a full shift scaffolding, then back in the gym. Knees are fucked and all that. He's off his head. So he doesn't, I've never known him, my brother and that, nobody's never really known him to drink or take drugs. I think he maybe drank fucking when he was in his 20s, and he's in his 60s now. And with cunts like that, they don't like people that drink, so they're greeting face, but I'm trying to get my flip-flop, man. I'm not taking a stroke. So, wait a minute, man. See people keep moaning about my flip-flops? Fuck you. This is my fucking house. This is my house. You are watching me in my house. But anyway, what was I talking about? My dad doesn't drink. So, he's a crabbit bastard. So obviously, I've ended up coming in the house and that, but I just kept myself away from him. I just stayed in we had our own bits of the house. It was fucking mental. Like, because, like, my room was like the back, and he was in our room, then there was the living room. You need to go through the living room to get to the kitchen. He would just sit in the living room, between that and his room, and I'd just be in my room. Then obviously we'd use the toilet and that, but I would just time it so we didn't go to the toilet at the same time. Quite smart, we were tactical. But since I've spoke to my dad more since I've moved out back in May. I think it was April. Since April I moved out. I've spoke to my dad more since then than I have in the past 9 years. So what is that? 4, 8. I've spoke to my dad more in the past 9 months than I have in the past 9 years. That's fucking madness. Fuck's sake, man. I've got 99 problems, but my dad ain't one. Because he's a bam. Nah, kid on, my dad's a sound cunt. He fucking produced me. How much sounder can you get? Fuck's sake. Know what I mean? Should worship the ground that cunt fucking stones and dug shite. But what was I getting at? So I ended up making the decision to leave college. And I was just like, right. It's given me more time. Now I can relax, I can breathe, I've got money coming in, it's a canter a job. And that was the thing as well with the scaffolding. I talk about it, I'll go into this again in case, because I just love repeating myself, right? We're at a point now it's like 25 podcasts, and by this point you should know I fucking repeat myself. So in fact, I need to just take this other soak off, because I've got one soak and flip-flop on, and then I've got a bare foot. And it's like I imagine it's like wearing a contact lens in one eye, but no another one. So that way it's a fucking eye. So it's like shaving half your pubes and leaving the other half. Could you imagine that feeling? Or shaving half your hair off? You ever done that? Shaved half your hair off? I've had it done to me, but I woke up, I was 17, and I fell asleep. Like that. Woke up and some bastard shaved half it off. And I'm quite rebellious. I was like, right, I'm not going. If I shave the other half off, that means that I've let you give me a baldy. But if I just leave it, then I'm trying to kind of figure out my thinking back then. But Aye, I didn't get a fuck, so I went to Braehead with half a haircut. Anyway, I fucking keep detracting. So this job, 4 on 4 off, like my last scaffolding job, that was the one I was like, these weekends aren't long enough. Because you think about it, like scaffolding, I would finish at 1 o'clock on a Friday, give or take. So say you'd spend the rest of your Friday, you'd spend a couple of hours getting your shit, getting home, getting washed and all that, right, doing what you need to get a haircut, whatever you need to do, getting all that done. So you'd have pretty much like half a Friday. Like, so you'd have probably Friday for tea time to night. But you're fucked for work. You've been working all week, so you're knackered. So whatever you do on the Friday, you've got a full Saturday. Saturday's your day. You wake up fresh, if you're not working. If you wake up fresh, if you've not been on it. You wake up, you've got Saturday, you can get up at your own leisure, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're not worrying about Sunday unless you're working Sunday. Sunday, you wake up, but once you wake up on Sunday, once you're up, you know that this is my last long lie for another 5 days. So with a Sunday as well, you need to, you're off, aye, but it's like, you're not off in the same way as a Saturday you're off. Because you know, like, right, I'll need to get ready for work tomorrow. You want to get your bed early, you can't drink, there's so many things you can't do because you're working the next day. So Sunday technically isn't it as free a day off. You're technically off work, but you can't do fuck all, can you? Because you're all reliant on the next day at work. So you've only really got fucking 2 full days. So say you've got a Sunday, the first half of a Sunday, then the second half is preparing for work. Friday you've got a first half in work, and then the other half. So you've only really got 2 days. 2 fucking days. And this isn't long enough. 4 on 4 off, that's plenty of time. You work 4 days. I've worked 1 shift. I worked last night, and this is technically hump day. Because I've only got the night, the morrow. I've got the night shift, the morrow shift, the night after shift. So I think it's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm technically on the Wednesday, and it's amazing. See, working 4 days, fucking dynamite, and especially for what I'm doing, it's a fucking canter. And like the 4 days, it gives me 4 days to do whatever the fuck I want, so I can plan, I can do my podcast, this and that. I can do whatever I want, I can plan ahead, so it's fucking amazing. It's not just, the thing is, we fucking before, when I was working doing the scaffolding and all that, and see working a full-time job, see when I plan a podcast and that, there was times I wasn't actually really sitting down. For like 6 in the morning, I was up, got to work and that, I'd get home, get a quick wash in, be going out to do a podcast up in the studio. I wouldn't be sitting down at like 10 o'clock at night some nights, for 6 in the morning. Obviously, I'm not complaining. That's the life I want. That's the life I asked for. And that's what I need to do to get successful. But if you can make it a bit more leisurely, then do it. And with this 4 on 4 off, I've got 4 days to, so I can make a plan, right? In the 4 days off, I'll do this, and this. I'll plan it, whereas I can fuck about maybe on when I'm working days, and I can still do stuff, so it's brilliant. But anyway, people, I am busting for a shite, so I'm going to let yous go. But I've missed yous, and don't worry, there is more premeditated parts coming. I'm fucking on the ball. I'm on it. I'm not on it, but I'm on this. Bye, like and subscribe. Share it. You'll get notified. Fucking love you, people. Catch yous later.